twins, except for Binyamin, his twin brother Yusuf alayhi salam, or his senior brother Yusuf alayhi salam was not there. So he moved alone. Or in another narration, they moved in 2-2-2, but another group moved in 3 with Bunyamin. So لا تدخلوا من باب واحد
وقال يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة.
Yes, so do not enter through one gate, but enter through different gates. متفرقة.
وما أغني عنكم من الله من شيء.
وما أغني عنكم من الله من شيء. Know that this my advice, this my strategic advice, this my security advice is nothing compared to what Allah can decide. It is Allah that will take the ultimate decision. Mine is just a concern as a father. Mine is just a concern out of experience. Mine is just to guide you people so that you arrive wherever you are going safely. But Allah will be the ultimate decider on what will happen. In fact, the decision, the final decision is with Allah. The final judgment is with Allah. The final decree is with Allah. In al-hukmu illa lillah. And as a prophet, alayhi tawakkaltu. I rely on him. I rely on Allah. And not only me as a prophet of Allah, let everybody who wants to rely should rely on Allah. Whoever wants to rely on anybody, he should rely on nobody except Allah. This is common even in ahadith al-Qudusiyya from various narrations. فَإِذَا تَوَكَّلْتَ or فَإِذَا تَوَكَّلْ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. When you want to rely on Allah. He is the ultimate decider. This one that you see somebody sitting in front of somebody's gate for 10 hours waiting for him to give him a bag of rice or half bag of rice or even 5 noodles. You see women line up waiting for Al-Hajj, waiting for Al-Hajjah to give them. Yes, of course, you can ask. It is not Allah that will come down and give her, but it is Allah that is ultimate decider. It is Allah that will enter the heart of that servant to give whoever he wants to give. So your reliance should not be on that man. Your reliance is on Allah. And that is why Imam Huzaifah bin al-Yamani said, I have learned 7 things from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And one of the 7 things is, وَلَا تَسْأَلْ عَنْ شَيْءٍ مِّنْ أَحَدٍ. I should never ask anybody for anything. Ask Allah, rely on Allah, and He will provide. The way He will provide, don't ask that question. Don't go for details. So, عليه توكلت فليتوكل وعليه فليتوكل المتوكل. So it is Him I rely upon, not my strategy, not my wisdom, not my knowledge. I rely on Allah, and on Him every person who wants to rely should rely on Him. Next verse.
ولما دخلوا من حيث أمرهم أبوهم ما كان يغني عنهم من الله من شيء إلا حاجة في نفس يعقوب قضاها وإنه لذو علم لما علمناه ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
الله أكبر. This is a mix of Tawheed and reality. وَلَمَّا دَخَلُوا مِنْ حَيْثُ أَمَرَهُمْ أَبُوهُمْ. When they entered Egypt, the exact way their father advised him to enter, they didn't enter in one gate. They divided themselves and entered through various gates.
ما كان يغني عنهم من الله من شيء.
Allah emphasized again this strategy of entering through different gates. ما كان يغني عنهم من الله من شيء. It will not benefit him with anything. It doesn't benefit them with anything from Allah.
إلا حاجة في نفس يعقوب قضاها.
It is just a desire. It is just a wish It is just a hopeful thinking by Prophet Yaqub, their father, just to satisfy his curiosity, just to satisfy his innermost desire. That's why he advised them on this.
وإنه لذو علم
لما علمناه
علمناه ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلم.
However, when he gave that advice, when he gave that wise advice, he was not just using his whims and caprices. Allah said, وَإِنَّهُ
لذو علم
لما علمناه. He is a man full of knowledge, and not just ordinary knowledge, the knowledge we gave him, the knowledge we bestowed him with. So his advice was not just coming from his whims and caprices. No, it was coming from a knowledge we specifically gave him. So this strategy he gave was not just from his figment of his imagination. It was from Allah. أهلا وسهلا يا شيخ.
ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
But just typical of Allah. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. Most people do not know that this knowledge is special. This knowledge is bestowed upon Yaqub, is special from Allah. So it is a strategy that can be adopted yesterday, today, and in future. General was telling us day before yesterday that even when he was in the service, and the then chief of staff told them from now onwards, people should not be moving fully with their family. You see somebody traveling, he will carry madam or madams, he will carry all the children, he will carry cousins. They will be in convoy, in Siena, in station wagon, all moving. It is not strategically correct. لا تدخلوا في باب واحد فادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة. Always divide yourself strategically. And he said, even if they were traveling, some will enter this airline, some will enter this airline. It is part of the strategy Allah has taught Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, and he taught it to the world through the Quran. Divide your strategies, divide your groups, divide your companies. And it's even a military strategy. When you go to war, don't just move all at once. Look at what happened in Otoma, how they were waylaid. Even if they were 30, 60, they would have finished all of them. They were few. But the villagers or whoever organized that thing just ambushed all of them. A lieutenant colonel, a captain, some officers, and their men were all killed. And today, Otoma village in Ugeli local government is not at peace. Because you don't touch the army and you go free. They are not at peace at all. They burnt almost the whole villages there. So, but it's part of the strategy. It works then, it works yesterday, it will still work in the future. It's a strategy. May Allah continue to guide us. May Allah protect us. So it is a knowledge given to him, bestowed to him by Allah. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. But most people do not know this. But you as a believer, take this strategy. Next verse.
وَلَمَّا دَخَلُوا عَلَى يُوسُفَ آوى إليه أخاه قال إني أنا أخوك فلا تبتئس بما كانوا يعملون.
الله أكبر. The reality is becoming clearer.
تبتئس بما كانوا يعملون.
The reality is coming. So when they entered Egypt, وَلَمَّا دَخَلُوا, when they entered into the town, they now went straight to the prime minister. And when they arrived, as usual, he gave them the best of hospitality. According to Mufassir, in the government house of the prime minister, there are rooms. So he deliberately chose the 6 best rooms and gave them and said they should go in pairs. Deliberately. So Yahuza and his brother went into one room. The next twins went into one room. The next twins went into one room. Before you know it, 5 rooms were occupied by the set of twins. So Binyamin was left alone. Deliberately. So where do you expect Yusuf to go? He entered Bunyamin's room. Bunyamin is alone.
قال إني أنا أخوك.
And that was when he confessed. When he entered alone with Bunyamin, strategically perfected. He said, Inni ana akhuka. This prime minister you are looking at, let me remove my turban, let me remove my garb, let me remain in my simple cloth. Inni ana akhuka.
إني أنا أخوك فلا تبتئس بما كانوا يعملون.
Inni ana akhuka. I am indeed your brother.
فلا تبتئس بما كانوا يعملون.
فلا تبتئس بما كانوا يعملون. Do not be worried, do not be perturbed, do not be disturbed by anything that has happened or will happen. Just keep quiet, remain calm. I am Yusuf, the Prime Minister of Egypt. Just remain calm. Do not be worried about what happened in the past. Do not be worried about what will happen in the next few days or few months. Don't be worried. Inni ana akhuka.
إني أنا
I am indeed your brother.
فلا
Do not be concerned. Do not be perturbed. بما كانوا يعملون. Whatever will happen, whatever I will do, just keep your calm. Keep your cool.
فلا تبتئس بما كانوا يعملون.
Do not be disturbed with whatever will happen or what has happened in the past. Strategy. فلما جهزهم
فلما جهزهم بجهازهم جعل السقاية في رحل أخيه ثم أذن مؤذن أيتها العير إنكم لسارقون إنكم لسارقون.
فلما جهزهم بجهازهم. Well, after the hospitality, after the banquet, after all the first class treatment, it was time to provide for them the foodstuff.
جعل سقاية في رحل أخيه.
By the time he filled all their animals with the load of foodstuff, beyond imagination, he gave them sufficient, more than what he treated them before. جعل السقاية
في رحل أخيه.
Yusuf was very strategic. What he did was to go and get this special tumbler, golden tumbler used by the king, Sikaya, the drinking tool of the king, golden, special. He now picked it secretly and told his men to hide it in the luggage of his brother Binyamin. Unknown to anybody, he hid it in the luggage, in the baggage of Binyamin. A golden special cup used by the king. He now hid it in the baggage.
أذن مؤذن أيتها العير إنكم لسارقون إنكم لسارقون.
He allowed them to start moving. In fact, they had gone far. ثم أذن مؤذن. He now called a town crier. Muazzin is the general name for town crier, not only calling to prayer. Summa Azina. Then the town crier announced,
أيتها العير.
all you these 11 caravan, all you these people, 11 of you that are in a caravan.
إنكم لسارقون.
You know, La came before Sarikuna. That La Islamul Qasam. Wallahi, you are all thieves. فأذن مؤذن
فأذن مؤذن أيتها العير
إنكم
لسارقون.
So a town crier announced in public. Oh you travelers, oh you in this caravan, innakum lasariquna. Indeed, all of you are, wallahi, you are thieves.
La ilaha illallah.
So what happened next?
قالوا وأقبلوا عليهم ماذا تفقدون قالوا وأقبلوا عليهم ماذا تفقدون
قالوا, they now answered when they were accused of stealing. قالوا
ماذا تفقدون
ماذا تفقدون? What is missing? What did we steal? What did we take without permission? ماذا تفقدون? What did we steal?
قالوا نفقد صواع الملك ولمن جاء به ملهم بعير وأنا به زعيم.
قالوا, the courtiers or the announcer announced to them, نفقد صواع الملك, the special drinking cup of the king has been stolen, is missing. وَلِمَنْ جَاءَ بِهِ, and there is already a reward for anybody who comes back with it, who can discover it. He will be given a camel, a very big camel is called Ba'ir. Normally, normal camel is Jamal, but when you hear Ba'ir, is the type that can carry 100 kg, 200 kg, 300 kg of items. Ba'ir. We have been told wherever we see this special cup of the king, whoever discover it or discover the thief has a reward of himlu ba'ir, luggage, items full, 300 kg camel back of items for whoever discover
وَلِمَنْ جَاءَ بِهِ مُلْبَعِيرٌ
وَأَنَا بِهِ زَعِيمٌ.
وَأَنَا بِهِ,
And I am hoping to grab this reward. That is why I came forth. You guys must tell us who among you stole that. You are the suspects, 11 of you.
قالوا تالله لقد علمتم ما جئنا لنفسد في الأرض وما كنا سارقين وما كنا سارقين.
قالوا, they replied based on this accusation, Tallahi, we swear by Allah. And that is why when you hear somebody say Wallahi, Tallahi, is one and the same thing. Tallahi, we swear by Allah. لَقَدْ عَلِمْتُمْ مَا جِئْنَا لِنُفْسِدَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. You know in your deep of heart, you know that we have not come to this town, Egypt, لِنُفْسِدَ فِي الْأَرْضِ, to come and commit atrocities on this land. We never came to commit atrocities. We never came to steal. We never came to commit wrong things in this town.
وَمَا كُنَّا سَارِقِينَ.
And we insist we are not thieves. You know, there's a limit. There's a limit that somebody can accuse you. You now come and boldly tell him, my friend, shut up. I'm not a thief. I know what brought me here, and I can defend myself. So confidently, they didn't know what happened. They didn't know what Yusuf did. All of them said, look, we came to this town to seek for help. We came to this town to seek for assistance. We have been assisted before. We've been invited again. We have received all the hospitality. We have received all the generosity. How can we, after being generous to us, how can we come and steal the king's cup? We are not, and we shall never be thieves. We are not thieves. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
Next.
قالوا فما جزاؤه إن كنتم كاذبين.
Okay. If he insists you are not thieves.
قالوا
فما جزاؤه
إن كنتم كاذبين.
Then what do you choose for yourself? What kind of punishment do you choose for yourself if you are found to be guilty? If you are found to be telling lies? If you know, if we check and we find out this cup is with you people, what do you think should be your punishment?
قالوا جزاء من وجد في رحله فهو جزاء كذلك نجزي الظالمين كذلك نجزي الظالمين.
You see, Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam has double advantage. He knows the laws of Egypt and he knows the laws of the Jews. In the Jewish law, if you are caught stealing, a very serious offense, you are turned into a slave. You become a slave. You are the slave of the person you stole. In Egypt, the punishment is not slavery. Maybe some lashes, maybe some months imprisonment. So deliberately he asks them to judge themselves if they are caught as thieves. And they don't know the law of Egypt. It's only the law of the Jews they knew. But they knew certainly they didn't steal. So they agreed that whoever is caught among us has automatically turned into a slave in Egypt.
قالوا جزاء ما وجد في رحله فهو جزاء.
Yes.
كذلك نجزي الظالمين.
قالوا جزاؤه من وجد في رحله. The punishment of whoever it is discovered in his own luggage, in his own baggage. If that thing is discovered in his own, for who we agree, let's apply the laws of our land. He has automatically become a slave. Allah said that is how we shall punish, and that is how we shall reward the wrongdoers. Because by the time you put 2 and 2 together, you know automatically Binyamin will become a slave.
La ilaha illallah.
And what do you think? The 10 of them will go back and tell their father. So automatically, this is serious. كذلك نجزي الظالمين.
كذلك نجزي الظالمين.
That is how we reward the wrongdoers. We shall keep them confused. We shall keep them confused. We shall keep them in suspense. كذلك نجزي الظالمين. This is how we reward the wrongdoers. Next verse.
فبدا بأوعيتهم قبل وعاء
ثم
استخرج من وعاء أخيه كذلك كدنا ليوسف ما كان ليأخذ أخاه في دين الملك إلا أن يشاء الله نرفع درجات من نشاء وفوق كل ذي علم عليم وفوق كل ذي علم عليم.
فبدا بأوعيتهم قبل وعاء أخيه. So they started the search one by one. Where is your own luggage? They will search. Where is your own luggage? And they did it one by one. And they did it from the most senior to the most junior. So you can imagine it is Bunyamin that will be searched last. So they started number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nothing was found. When they reached number 11, the luggage of Binyamin. And that golden cup was discovered in the baggage of his brother.
كذلك كدنا ليوسف.
كذلك كدنا ليوسف. Allah said that is how we arranged, that is how we perfected the plan for Yusuf. You can see Yusuf did not even, it wasn't just his own thinking. Allah planned it for him. Because in the law of Egypt, you cannot turn somebody a slave for stealing. But كذلك كدنا ليوسف. That was how we planned it. We arranged it for Yusuf to ask them to judge themselves. And they judged themselves and agreed whoever stole that item is automatically a slave.
لا إله إلا الله.
كذلك كدنا ليوسف.
كذلك كدنا ليوسف.
That was how we planned it for Yusuf.
ما كان ليأخذ أخاه في دين الملك.
He cannot turn his brother into a slave with the laws of Malik, with the laws of Egypt. إلا أن يشاء Allah, except by the permission of Allah. And with the permission of Allah, yes, man apparently it was slavery for Binyamin, but hiddenly it was independence, and alhamdulillah it was a victory for Binyamin, because he is joining his brother, although only God knows the feeling of the father. Even the father, by this stage, why you must have reached him, something is wrong somewhere. The puzzle is being filled, alhamdulillah. Even Allah will not leave Yaqub like this without giving him a hint that the end of the melancholy is over, the end of the grief is over, inshallah. وَكَذَلِكَ كِدْنَا لِيُوسُف. That was how we planned it for Yusuf. He wouldn't have arrested and turned the brother into a slave in Egypt with the Egyptian law. It's not possible. كذلك نفعل ما نشاء.
كذلك نفعل من نشاء وفوق كل ذي علم عليم.
وفوق كل ذي علم عليم. وفوق كل ذي علم عليم. Above everybody, there is somebody more knowledgeable.
وفوق كل ذي علم عليم. وفوق كل ذي علم
مفارق تفسير وفوق كل ذي علم عليم. Where are those from University of Ibadan? Where are those from ABU? Where are those from Sokoto? Where are those from Port Harcourt? Me, I'm from Bayero University, and the motto of Bayero University is وفوق كل ذي علم عليم.
كل ذي علم عليم.
وفوق كل ذي علم عليم. Above every knowledge, there is somebody more knowledgeable. Therefore, the ultimate knowledge is with Allah. Above every knowledge, there is somebody more knowledgeable. Don't brag of knowledge. Don't boast of knowledge. وفوق كل ذي علم عليم. You know, there was when we were doing last year, when we were doing the story of Musa and Hidri. The people of Musa asked him one day when he was preaching, oratory, knowledgeable, vibrant. And they asked him, Ya Musa, who is the most knowledgeable person on earth? And Musa replied, Anna, I am the most knowledgeable. As far as he was concerned, he was the most knowledgeable. Allah has bestowed that on him. But he forgot to refer that knowledge back to Allah. And that was when Allah told him, okay, so you are the most knowledgeable person. Oh yeah, this is the beginning of your scholarship. Go and meet our servant and learn knowledge, because knowledge is nothing without wisdom. Go and learn the unseen knowledge.
وفوق كل ذي علم عليم.
وفوق كل ذي علم عليم. Above any knowledge on the surface of the earth and even beyond, there is somebody above it. And that is why all scholars, whatever they write, whatever volume they write, at the end they say, Wallahu a'lam. Allah is the most knowledgeable. Any scholar, any aspect of knowledge, be it fiqh, be it sharia, be it tawheed, whenever they finish writing any issue, they end it up with Wallahu a'lam. Allah is the most knowledgeable. Because of this verse, وَفَوْقَ كُلُّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ. Yaqub has knowledge, but wallahi, Allah bestowed more knowledge on his son Yusuf than him.
Allahu Akbar.
Allah bestowed on the two of them more knowledge than their brothers, who are equally prophets. And above, and above, and above, and above, until you reach Sayyidul Wujud, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He is the most knowledgeable, more knowledgeable than even Malaika Jibril.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Because if you remember, وَالنَّجْمِ إِذَا هَوَى مَا ضَلَّ صَاحِبُكُمْ وَمَا غَوَى وَمَا يَنطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ عَلَّمَهُ شَدِيدُ الْقُوَى ذُو مِرَّةٍ
فاستوى فكان قوقين أو أدنى
فأوحى إلى عبده. This is the verse that shows that Prophet Muhammad is the most knowledgeable of all creation. فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى. When Prophet Jibril, when Malaika Jibril took him on that ascension, Isra'i and Mi'raj, first from Medina to Baytul Maqdis, and from Baytul Maqdis to the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh heaven, and from there to Sidratul Muntaha, and from there at the edge of Sidratul Muntaha, Jibril said, I cannot go further from here. This is my limit. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, go ahead. I don't have permission to cross here. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam kept on moving until he saw what he saw, until he had what he had, until he experienced what he experienced. And that was when Allah said, فَأَوْحَى إِلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْحَى. Within 24 hours, he grabbed what the servant grabbed. He got what he got. He learned what he learned. He experienced what he experienced. No question on the surface of the earth he will ask Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he doesn't know the answer. He may be humble and tell you, no, I don't know. Even when Jibril asked him, when is Yawm al-Qiyamah? He said, I don't know.
Allahu Akbar.
But فَأَوْحَى إِلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْحَى. So, but even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَفَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ. He refers to Allah for the ultimate knowledge. So this is an area that is wide, and that's why I love Imam Shafi'i. Imam Abu Hanifa or Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal visited him one day. Scholar to scholar. They spent the night seated. And he asked him 60 questions. And all the 60 questions say, I don't know.
La adri.
Ma adri. I do not know the answer. Say, why, sir? Why do you say so? He said, because it is complex. Those questions were complex. I don't know my fate if I answer either in the affirmative or in the negative. Simple questions that when you hear the question, even you and I as students of knowledge can answer. But Imam Shafi'i refused to answer. Say, I don't know. The same thing with Imam Malik. The one that people used to praise. Kaifa yufta wa malikum fil Madina. Who are you to give fatwa when Imam Malik is in Medina? But some questions from Imam Shafi'i, he said he doesn't know. This is humility. This is expression of the ultimate knowledge with Allah. So that is how this verse entails a lot of wide issues. You see people arguing now and killing themselves because of minor issues in the religion. I know there are times in the 70s, even for you to shake your finger when doing tahiyya, there is division. Whether to fold arms or to release arms, there is division. Where is the Qibla? There is wahala. For ablution, whether with socks or with kufi, wahala. People divide themselves on infinitesimal non-issues of life. وَفَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ. Above every knowledge you have, there is somebody higher than you. Until you ultimately reach Prophet Muhammad and until he ultimately reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah continue to guide us. Next verse.
قالوا إن يسرق فقد سرق كله من قبل فأسرها يوسف في نفسه ولم يبده لهم قال أنتم شر مكانا والله أعلم بما تصفون والله أعلم بما تصفون.
There is a proverb in English that the leopard will never change its how do you put it? The leopard can never change its color. Exactly, General. When they discovered,
قالوا إن يسرق
Subhanallah, when they discovered that that thing has been found in Brother Yusuf's baggage, Binyamin, what they said was demoralizing. What they said what?
يسرق فقد سرق كله من قبل.
Well, this thing has been discovered with Binyamin. If he has stolen actually,
فقد سرق كله من قبل.
he has a brother before who has also stolen. La ilaha illallah.
فأسرها يوسف في نفسه.
You know, if you have power and you have authority and you can take a decision and you have done your best against your so-called enemies, you treat them excellently, you sacrifice that power, you forgive them, you treat them well, and for them to utter this statement, if Namiho Ibrahim, no, this will be the last straw that will break the camel's back, I will react. فأسره يوسف.
فأسرها يوسف في نفسه ولم يبدها.
That pain for that statement, the pain that came into his heart, فأسرها يوسف. Yusuf pressed it.
ولم يبدها.
It is at that stage I would tear my shirt and remove my turban and tell them I'm Yusuf. I can't bear any longer. I'm a human being with blood, but he's a prophet of Allah, a different human being. فأسرها يوسف. Yusuf now calmly suppressed that anger.
يوسف في نفسه.
He left it in his heart. ولم يبدها. The statement he made, he said it only in the mind. He never mentioned it.
قال أنتم شر مكانا
والله أعلم بما تصفون.
والله أعلم بما تصفون.
قال أنتم الشر مكانا.
قالوا أنتم أشر مكانا والله أعلم بما تصفون.
قال أنتم شر مكانا. You are terrible in your affairs. That's just the short form of it. In his mind, he never uttered it. Antum sharrum makana. You are the worst in life. This is the worst you can do to somebody. He's not there. You have never confirmed. You are the one that cheated him. You are the one that wanted to kill him. You are the one that sent him on exile. You are the one that sent him into slavery. Today he is before you. You are still uttering bad things against him. You didn't even know he's the one treating you fine, giving you the best hospitality, and still you refer to his brother as a thief. And if he has stolen, we are not surprised because his other brother has once stolen.
فأسرها يوسف في نفسه ولم يبدها.
He couldn't voice it out. He only said it.
قال أنتم أشر مكانا والله أعلم بما تصفون.
والله أعلم بما تصفون. But Allah is the most knowledgeable of what you guys are describing. Describing me as a thief, along with my own brother, describing us as thieves. والله أعلم بما تصفون.
والله أعلم بما تصفون.
والله أعلم بما تصفون.
والله أعلم بما تصفون.
Well, he will go as Allah planned for him. He will not get angry. Me, I will get to. I'm a human being. I will definitely get angry. In fact, I may call them for 100 years imprisonment, all of them. Wallahi, is unbearable. قالوا
قالوا يا أيها العزيز إن له أبا شيخا كبيرا فخذ أحدنا مكانه إنا نراك
الله أكبر.
من
الله أكبر. Contradiction. You see from this verse,
قالوا يا أيها العزيز.
you know when Yusuf came to Misra first, where did he first stay? In the house of Aziz. Today he is the Aziz.
لا إله إلا الله.
It was reported by historians that his godfather died. And when the godfather died, Allah showed him that his true wife is Zaliha. So he married her.
لا إله إلا
And he remained in that mansion. Can you see how Allah worked things?
الله.
26 years of imbroglio, confusion, everything. At the end of the day, Allah united them.
Allah.
Yes, most Mufassirun say he ended up marrying Zulaykha. They were almost age mates. She was young when she married the other Aziz, who never touched her. Today, Yusuf is the Aziz, the husband of Zulaykha, and the prime minister of Egypt.
قالوا يا أيها العزيز إن له أبا شيخا كبيرا.
They now unitedly presented a case to Yusuf. قالوا يا أيها العزيز, O you prime minister,
إن له
aban.
أبا
This
شيخا
boy is our junior brother, and he has a very old father. وله aban shaykhan. Shaykh means somebody above 70, or some say above 65. Inna lahu aban. This boy has a father. Shaykhan, a very old man. Kabiran, you can see double nikra. Shaykhan Kabiran. So Yaqub was above 90 that time.
لا إله إلا
Shaykhan Kabiran, an old father.
فخذ أحدنا مكانه.
This is the first time they did something good. He said, why don't you take any one of us who are elderly and replace us so that this boy will go back to his father.
إنا نراك من المحسنين.
Inna naraka min al-muhsin. We, the 10 of us, see that you are a very good man.
الله
The
أكبر.
same person they accuse as a thief, they are now seeing apparently, Inna naraka min al-muhsin.
إنا نراك من المحسنين. إنا نراك من المحسنين.
Honestly, we see you as a very good man. Can you please take one of us as substitute so that Binyamin can go back to his father?
لا إله إلا
Because the
الله.
father may die of grief if he has lost a brother before and now he's losing another brother. The same father, the same mother. Moreover, we took an oath from him that wallahi we either die or we come back with Binyamin. He cannot afford to lose 2 last brothers of his.
لا إله إلا الله.
So please take any one of us you choose.
خذ أحدنا مكانه.
Yes, take any one of us in his place.
إنا نراك من المحسنين.
You that unknowingly we accuse as a thief, inna naraka min al-muhsin. We now see you as a good man. Please, replace him with any one of us.
لا إله إلا
قال معاذ الله.
قال معاذ الله أن نأخذ إلا من وجدنا متاعنا عنده إنا إذا لظالمون.
Inna izan.
إنا إذا لظالمون.
When they suggested one of them should take the place of Binyamin in the slavery or in the detention or in the imprisonment.
قال معاذ الله.
Do you remember where Yusuf used Ma'azallah before?
نعم.
Yes. When Zulaykha demanded or attempted to seduce him. قال معاذ الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Now, for substituting Binyamin as a replacement with any of the brothers, قال معاذ الله. This one is a deliberate ma'azallah. It's a plan ma'azallah. I seek refuge from Allah. نأخذ إلا من وجدنا متاعنا عنده. We shall not arrest anybody except the person we saw our items with him. We shall not replace him with anybody. That is injustice in Egypt. Except the person we found our items in his luggage. We will not arrest any other person. If we do that, if we substitute somebody with him in even lazalimun, then we are also wrongdoers. We shall not substitute. We shall not do wrongdoing with another wrongdoing. Two negatives can never be positive except in science or mathematics. Yes, this is justice. This is adl. This is fairness. The person that's fault should stand the punishment. ومن قبل
فلما استيأسوا منه خلصوا نجيا قال كبيرهم ألم تعلموا أن أباكم قد أخذ عليكم موثقا من الله ومن قبل فرطتم في يوسف لن أبرح الأرض حتى يأذن لي أبي أواكم الله لي وهو خير الحاكمين.
Allahu Akbar. You know, even when they plotted to kill Yusuf, there was one among them that discouraged them and said, instead of killing Yusuf, we better do something else. Leave that poor boy alone. As prophets of Allah, we cannot put our fingers in the blood of somebody. We even analyzed that statement. Even when it came to putting him in Ghayabatul Jubbi, that old well, they were careful. Yahuza was the one among them, advising them. Yahuza is the softest among them. So he was the one that brought this final suggestion.
قال كبيرهم ألم تعلموا أن أباكم قد أخذ عليكم موثقا من الله ومن قبل فرطتم في يوسف فلن أبرح الأرض حتى يأذن لي أبي أو يحكم الله لي
وهو خير الحاكمين.
هو خير الحاكمين.
فلما استيأسوا, when they lost hope of negotiating to get the freedom for Binyamin in place of one of them, when they lost hope, they now came to a meeting, 10 of them.
قال كبيرهم,
and the eldest among them, who is Yahuza alayhi salatu wasalam,
تعلموا أن أباكم قد أخذ عليكم موثقا من الله.
Yahuza made a historic statement. He said, ألم تعلموا أن أباكم قد أخذ عليكم موثقا من الله. Don't you remember that our father took an oath from us, an oath with Allah? We swore by Allah that we shall bring back Binyamin back to him. Have you forgotten? Do you see the kind of problem we are in now? However wicked we are, this is an oath between we and Allah and our father.
La ilaha illallah.
Kai, this is serious. He asked another question again. Have you also forgotten what happened to Yusuf? The oath we took, the swearing we did that we protect Yusuf. Now